This is a nightmare! Stop! What are they doing?
Are they... What? Hey, watch your elbow. You're gonna break a window.
Oh! Oh, God! Oh, no! Stop! Stop doing it! Oh, no, no, no! No! What do you want?
What's up, world? Welcome back to Weekly Weird News.
Okay, hold on. What the fuck just happened?
What
was that?
Felt a little bit of a fugue state.
Anyway, yeah, welcome back to the show. We'll tell you all about what you just saw in a little bit.
That was our nightmare.
But you clicked on this video because you want to know about that Ted Cruz porn, so let's get into that.
Yeah.
And, okay, first off, no, Ted Cruz himself isn't going to do porn.
Clickbait!
Because who the hell would want that? No, instead, this person, a female Ted Cruz doppelganger, will be doing the porn.
Yeah.
Which we also have to assume not too many people want to see, but that's just our opinion.
Yeah. This all started a week and a half ago on an episode of Maury, which is still running. God bless him. And he's still the current pinnacle of American trash TV. Common themes of his show involve paternity tests, infidelity, weird sexual fetishes, and asshole kids. It's a show for the common people, giving a stage to the worst this country has to offer. Anyways, on the April 18th episode of Maury, the guest was a woman named Circe Hayes from Mississippi. And like most Maury guests, she wanted a DNA test to prove to her boyfriend that he was, in fact, the father of the baby.
And the test results came in, and he is the father.
He's the father.
So that's that.
Yes.
Circe and her fiancé, who denied being the father of her baby, lived happily ever after. Except thanks to social media, the internet wasn't about to just let this story go quite yet, because several Twitter users and one pro-Donald Trump subreddit quickly pointed out that the real story here is that Circe Hayes looks exactly like Ted Cruz.
It's undeniable.
Identical.
Yes. Maury Povich, never one to let a juicy story slip away, was on the case. So he brought back Circe and talked to her about the resemblance of her and Ted Cruz. This all happened on a Facebook live stream 2 days later. Anyways, he fully embraced the meme by holding up a side-by-side picture of Circe and Cruz throughout pretty much the entire talk. When asked if she was secretly Ted Cruz's sister, Circe claims she isn't. And then until being compared to him, she didn't even know who Ted Cruz was. The only politician she was aware of was Donald Trump. My favorite part about this specifically is that he asked her initially about how the relationship with her boyfriend was panning out after finding out that he was the father, but just kept holding up the image. And she told this like heartbelt story about like how, you know, things, you know, there we go. And then he goes, but seriously,
Okay,
let's talk about the resemblance between Ted Cruz here.
I love Maury.
Yeah.
So the possibility of actually being Ted Cruz's sister was further diminished when she revealed that her age is 21.
Yeah.
Which Maury reacted to by saying, "That's all, huh? 21. Isn't that great?" Circe did, though, say that she'd be down to take a DNA test to see if she and Ted Cruz are related. That's a test Ted Cruz will probably never agree to, especially after the most recent development in the story. Circe and her baby daddy gonna be doing a porn.
Yes. So being a human meme and an object of online ridicule doesn't pay the bills. So when porn site xhamster.com, who took the high road recently with that whole North Carolina transgender case, they approached Circe and her fiancé Freddie with an offer of $10,000 for a 6-minute sex tape. They gladly accepted.
Yeah, a spokesman for X-Hamster told the Huffington Post, "We wanted Circe because overnight she became a viral meme. I think a lot of X-Hamster viewers really wanted to see her in action."
Sure. Circe told the Huffington Post, "I'm fine with it because everything is going to support my family. I want to get my son whatever he wants." And her baby daddy Freddie said, "We want to buy a truck, pay off our house, and we might even get married. I never had anyone say, here's $10,000, go make a sex tape. It's kind of exciting and shocking to know she's famous. She's more famous than Madonna. I'm with a star."
I like how he still says, "We might get married," even though she refers to him as the fiance.
And the father of her child.
So
and
a rock-solid
$10,000 going to paying off their house, a truck, and marriage. I mean, it could happen.
They've got a rock-solid foundation of infidelity claims, a Maury Povich appearance, a sex tape, and a baby daddy who seems to have no interest in being part of this aside from fame.
Yeah.
So this kid's gonna be growing up in a lovely environment.
I feel like this is gonna work out great.
How could it not? So there's no word on when that sex tape will be making its way onto the internet. Presumably all he has to do is turn on his iPhone and get going.
Oh, you give me a lot of credit that he owns an iPhone, Elliot.
It's true. He probably has a Nextel phone.
Boost Mobile. Chirp.
Yeah, but I mean, the sooner the better, or not. I don't know. Not that either of us have any desire to watch those two people have sex. We just really like Ted Cruz memes.
Yeah.
This one's next level. Speaking of which, I made a great Ted Cruz meme today.
Yeah, Bobby Hill.
Ted Cruz and Bobby Hill have very similar faces.
Can you believe it?
Retweet that.
He looks like everyone,
He
apparently.
does.
Yeah, he should be president. He looks like the average American.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
think we've just cracked the case.
And his smile is upside down for some reason.
Whoa.
It's very unsettling.
Before we get into the next story, because this is late breaking news, John Boehner.
Oh yeah.
John Boehner.
He called Ted Cruz worse than Lucifer, was it? Or
And that's
something
coming
along
from
those
the
lines?
ex-Speaker of the House, a staunch Republican,
Yeah.
saying that Ted Cruz is basically Lucifer.
No one likes him. He's a miserable person to be around. Lindsey Graham said about a month ago, if Ted Cruz were to be murdered on the Senate floor and was judged by a jury of senators, whoever did the murder would get away scot-free. He's not liked.
Oh, well, that, Elliot, that just means that he's anti-establishment, though. Also, what the fuck is up with him saying that Carly Fiorina is going to be his vice presidential running mate when he's losing so badly? No, do you really come out and be like, I've chosen the vice president, it's going to be Carly Fiorina, who had a failed attempt at the presidency, talk shit about him, and he's not even close to winning. And meanwhile, Kasich's over there just going, hey, I'm not crazy.
I'm not either, though.
How about that? I'm
It's,
still a terrible person, but I'm not as crazy.
It's the election equivalent of like going like this when you still have a quarter mile left in the race.
And then people just blow right by you. Yeah. No, it's like you're losing. You're in like third place in the race.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, and then you're like this.
There's a guy a mile ahead of you.
Yeah.
You're like,
Woo! I can't see him. Boom. There we go.
Oh.
Can you guys put the ribbon back up for me at the end when I cross?
anyway,
Yeah,
let's
please.
move on to a different subject that it just seems to keep coming up on this show.
Yeah.
Imposters. Now, we told you about the kid pretending to be a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
We told you about the white lady pretending to be black. And now Jonathan Nicola here can take his place beside them in the pantheon of fakers.
We need a Fakers Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make that. That's
Yeah.
ours. Don't take it.
The Hall of Fake.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. Jesus Christ, what are we doing here? Jonathan Nicola came to Canada last November, leaving behind the dangerous war-torn nation of South Sudan. The 17-year-old enrolled at Catholic Central High School in Windsor, Ontario, and instantly became a huge asset to the Catholic Central's basketball team, the Catholic Central Comets, thanks to being 6'9" and 202 pounds. Yeah, the Comets coach, Pete Kusumano, told the Windsor Star in January, quote, I think this kid will have a chance at the NBA. I have never said that about any kid from Windsor. Damn!
So fuck you other kids.
Accidental shade there?
This kid's good. You're all a bunch of losers.
Why do we even have basketball in Canada? These kids are all hockey rejects.
Y'all think you're gonna be Steve Nash. There's only one Steve Nash,
Yeah.
and he's a cripple at age 40.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, in interviews, Jonathan Nicola, he was humble about his success on the court and grateful for a chance to live the Canadian dream, saying, my big deal here is the education. This is my main thing. If I focus only on sport, nobody knows what's gonna happen in the future. Maybe I go to college and I break my knee or my ankle. If I'm not educated, I won't have the opportunity to get work either here or back home. Sounds like Jonathan Nicola is wise beyond his years. And he is, because according to Canadian border officials, he's actually 29 years old.
Whoops. So Nicola was arrested last week for allegedly misrepresenting his date of birth on his student visa application and is currently in custody. The possibility that Nicola might not be who he says he is was discovered when U.S. immigration officials discovered that they too had a recent visa application from Jonathan Nicola with the exact same fingerprints, except on that visa application, he listed his date of birth as November 1st, 1986. The U.S. coming through to save the day again.
Hey, Canada!
Yeah, take this
You got
star
something on your
athlete
back.
and this guy who just wants a great education and get him out.
So this all sounds really sneaky, but at an immigration hearing in Windsor on Monday, Nicola testified that he didn't actually know his own age, which isn't all that uncommon in some poorer parts of the world. And he said that every time he asked his mother how old he was, she could never remember.
Whoops.
He says that a man referred to only as Coach Stain, who was the one who helped him fill out his visa paperwork in South Sudan, was the one who insisted that he list 1998 as his year of birth.
He's not going to remember much from the 90s.
Barely.
Can't do it when you're 2 years old. And we all know that I got flushed in Y2K.
It's all gone.
So is this some sort of high school basketball conspiracy? I don't know. Are North American high schools sending scouts over to South Sudan so they can sneak grown men into their country to play really good basketball, all under the guise of taking in the less fortunate? I don't know.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes, it's happening. It's an epidemic.
But for his part, Nicola insists he's really sorry about the whole thing and just wants to be sent home to South Sudan. but they're not letting him because he's currently accused of a crime.
This is gonna be great. Like, high school basketball teams across the world are just gonna be accusing each other of harboring 30-year-old Sudanese players. That kid's too good.
It plays a very small role in the movie Everybody Wants Some, which was my favorite movie of the year. So
Spoiler.
there you
But
go.
yes. Anyway, we'll have to keep an eye on this story as it develops. But speaking of schools, I think we should all know by now not to let the general public, especially the internet, vote on naming anything.
Yes.
Last month it was Bodi McBoatface, and this month it's Robert E. Lee Elementary School in Austin, Texas, which recently decided that being named after the leader of the Confederacy was probably in bad taste, considering Robert E. Lee basically committed treason by seceding from the Union and then going to war over the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that all makes sense. But crowdsourcing a new name for the school through anonymous submissions on the school district's website was a very naive mistake to make because trolls eat that shit up, as has been proven time and time again throughout the history of the internet. Boy, did they this time. Suggested new names for the school include Donald J. Trump Elementary, with the most votes, obviously, as well as other fun nominations like Adolf Hitler School for Friendship and Tolerance, Bruce Lee Elementary, John Cena Elementary School,
That's the one I vote for.
Bleeding Heart Liberal Elementary, and of course, Schoolie McSchoolface. This is why you don't let the internet make decisions.
I mean, they're probably just gonna. I mean, Bruce Lee. They only have to change part of the sign if they just cover up Robert E. with Bruce.
Yeah.
I mean, what kid wouldn't want to go to Bruce Lee High School? If you
That'd
want
be great.
kids to love their school that they go to, name it after Bruce Lee.
Yeah. What would be the mascot?
Bruce Lee.
I mean, that's perfect.
Yeah,
The
giant-
Bruce Lee's.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's got a dude doing a kick on the side of the helmet.
Yeah. Sure, like Asian American groups would love it. Like, I don't know. There's probably not a lot of schools named after Asian Americans, and here you have an Asian American icon and a perfect opportunity to name a school after him. I think it's perfect.
I don't know, Elliot. I remember my years fondly going to George Takei High School.
Oh my. The George Takei's.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of the internet, let's finally just explain what the hell that you saw there at the beginning of this video. So you see, Facebook recently rolled out live streaming, and they're really pushing for big brands to take advantage of the new feature. Some of them, such as good old Maury Povich, are doing a fantastic job using Facebook live streaming to its full potential. Other brands, though, like Hasbro, aren't really quite sure how to take advantage of the new feature properly, but that's not stopping them from just going ahead and doing it.
Yeah. Guys, you gotta start live streaming.
All right, what do we have?
So that horror show with rich Uncle Pennybags dancing around with Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head in deafening silence, and then demonstrating why Hungry Hungry Hippos is a terrible, pointless, and obnoxious board game. That was the Monopoly Facebook page social media team jumping right into the deep end of the Facebook live stream swimming pool by inadvertently creating some truly avant-garde performance art. It was great. If Hamburger Helper can drop the hottest mixtape of 2016, why the hell can't Hasbro take the modern art world by storm? This
Yeah.
will be hanging in museums one day.
Yeah.
Right up there next to the girl that put SpaghettiOs all over a vagina.
Yeah, I mean, kids in college, MFA classes, they could learn a thing or two about this. It's got so much going on.
There really is a lot of like subtle things that are happening.
The elbow in the
elbow in the
glass,
window
yeah.
is, I think, the funniest
That's
thing.
great.
Yeah.
He's trying to shake hands, but they can't see
They
each
can't
other.
see each other. Mrs. Potato Head has her purse there. She's not letting go of that.
Yeah,
They're
they're
in
just,
full costume.
they're playing Hungry Hungry Hippos,
And
but
then they start getting a rhythm to it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's fucking beautiful the way that it plays out. And it really, like, a lot of my friends, they watched it once and they were like, that was weird. And I was like, no,
Oh,
you
you
have
gotta
to
watch
watch
it again.
like 5 times. Like the
Yeah.
5th time is the time you're really gonna see and notice like how just incredible this masterpiece truly is.
yeah,
They're
so
gonna put this on the wall at the Rijksmuseum in no time.
I hope Hasbro didn't discipline their social media people.
No,
or-
keep them.
Yeah, because
need
you
to-
guys are onto something. I want more.
They need to like take this moment and learn from it
Yeah,
and do more like that.
like Hasbro has a whole cinematic universe coming
Yeah.
up. I hope this is a peek into what they're gonna do.
Oh, it would be amazing. And it really does bring a lot of attention to their brand, whether it's negative or positive.
yeah, I'm like,
or
I didn't
whatever.
know Hungry Hungry Hippos, Miss Potato Head, and Monopoly Man
They all existed
were
in the same,
all in the same universe,
cinematic universe.
and there they are.
It's like the kid that discovered hockey, and now all the brands are like, hey, you want a free jersey? You
Yeah.
want to come to the game?
Yeah.
It's great for the sport. He's putting eyeballs on a sport that maybe other people wouldn't watch. I watched a game last night just to watch it with his live tweets.
Yeah,
It was incredible.
Speaking of which, yeah, if you haven't checked out Tony X
Yeah.
on Twitter, He's a African-American gentleman in St. Louis who
Was very upset that the Rams left.
yeah, did not like that the Rams left the city, turned on Fox Sports.
Trying to watch a Cardinals game.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Cardinals game. It was a St. Louis Blues hockey game. And you know what? He just went with the flow.
And he loved
And
it.
he loves hockey now. He's an evangelist for hockey.
Yeah.
He's spreading hockey to an audience
And
that
he's going to
otherwise
go to
wouldn't
game
be into
3.
it.
And he
Yeah.
got his jersey on and everything. He's very confused at the beginning.
This shit
He was
is
like,
lit.
Yeah, he was like, do I bring a jacket? I mean, it's a room of ice. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
I loved it. Best part of the internet this week besides the Hasbro thing.
Yeah. Well, we're not done yet because
No.
the news just keeps getting weirder. There's so many fucking weird headlines, and this week is no exception. So here's the weirdest real headlines from real news sites this week, starting with a little callback.
Yeah, and this was on our first episode ever, if I remember correctly. This was the first episode of Weekly Weird News, and there's a couple times when we're doing this show and we're like, this looks familiar. Is someone just recycling the same story and trying to get more views off of it?
Nope. Here's the headline. Man crossing ocean in inflatable hamster wheel rescued yet again. It's the same guy. He tried this back in 2014. Didn't make it because what are you doing?
And it was reported that the rescue mission cost $100,000.
144, I think.
He was out there and he got lost immediately. He was asking boaters which direction Bermuda was or whatever.
Well, apparently it's like 120 degrees inside of his hamster
Yeah.
wheel with like direct sunlight still shining in.
I mean, the guy's story is inspirational, leading up to the fact that he's trying to do this stupid
Yeah, he
hamster
like
wheel
got
thing.
out of Iran.
Yeah.
and
Refugee,
sure.
ran across the country a couple times like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Thought he could get
this
into a
is
big
what
hamster
Forrest
wheel.
Gump would have gotten into.
Oh yeah, no, this is Forrest Gump too. We are watching it play out live.
But
with
yeah,
this
he
guy.
did it the first time. He failed miserably. He almost died out there. He had to be rescued. It was expensive.
Yeah.
So, but he was like, no, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to do what I couldn't do last time. And he even let the Coast Guard know about it this time. He's like,
They were like, don't do it.
Yeah, they
Don't
sent him
do
a
it.
letter. They're like, no, don't do this. You're going to die out there.
Yeah.
But he did it anyway, and the same thing happened.
Yeah, obviously. Do you even? I mean, I'm inspired by his drive. But do you even think about like the ocean currents in a floaty ball?
Well, yeah, and
you
I feel
can't
like it would
work
just stay
against
in
that.
the
Yeah,
same-
you're just spinning as hard as you can work. The ocean's gonna do what the ocean does.
Did anyone ever tell him that like hamster wheels are stationary? They don't go
Yeah,
anywhere.
no, that's the whole point of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't move.
Yeah.
Hamsters don't use it as a vehicle.
They need exercise.
Yeah.
It's what keeps them alive. Otherwise, it'd just be a dumb fat hamster shoving carrots into its gullet.
Yeah. Or those little tiny foods that guy makes on the internet.
Yeah,
They
those
still
little
making
burritos.
those videos?
I don't know. Everyone's trying to steal that guy's idea.
Yeah.
Poor thing. Anyways.
Take the next one.
Wrong Rachel. Angry Beyonce fans threatened to stop eating Rachel Ray's tacos after album drop. Okay.
Another example of the internet being fucking stupid.
Yeah, so when the album dropped, of course, all of the infidelity rumors hit about Jay-Z, and one of the first ones that really stuck was that he had slept with Rachel Roy, who was with his, like, one of his managers.
She was
In the song, she says, "Go call Becky with the good hair." So
Yeah.
everyone wanted to know
Who's Becky with the good hair? So this Rachel Roy
Becky
lady,
Consopoulos from Full House.
she was dating or married to Damon Dash, Jay-Z's former business partner, and she's also friends with Kim Kardashian, so it's a pretty good, solid choice.
Anyways, the name was
Yeah.
very similar,
Okay,
and everyone
let's-
went to Rachel Ray's Instagram account. and
Yeah,
was like,
Rachel Ray, the celebrity chef,
Yeah.
and seems like a really nice lady, teaching
Yeah.
us how to cook. Went to her Instagram,
just
and
ruined it with beehive memes and like
Yeah.
coming for you, and you're gonna get what you got.
she was
and then
probably so confused when she opened up her phone.
the other side of that is that in a very hilarious way, people were going to Rachel Roy's Instagram account and talking about how terrible her cookware was, which was just, it was lovely. Yeah.
Internet.
Damn internet. You can't even do a poll or accuse someone without getting it wrong.
Also, you guys, sometimes musicians and singers and artists, they write lyrics that are fictional,
Yeah.
not
Or-
based
yeah.
on fact.
Tori, you said it was about Beyonce's parents, right? Sure.
Or it could
Whatever.
all be fake. It's all just.
That could just be fake.
John Lennon is not actually an Eggman or a walrus. He was a man.
Yeah, he did love the phrase cuckoo cuckoo though.
Yeah.
Said it all the time.
Who doesn't?
I do it on a daily basis at least. Anyways, let's move on.
Eugene, Oregon pet store owner used primate as payment to a prostitute. Police say that's a lot of peas.
What is it? Was it a cute little one?
There's this thing called a galago. It's, I don't know where they're from, but they have fucking giant eyes.
Oh,
and the
yeah,
ones
yeah.
with those like the
Well, they're
giant
cute.
black eyes. Yeah, they're very
Yeah,
adorable.
I would take that as
They're
payment.
very cute. But the whole thing happened So he co-owns the pet
Remember when
store.
Ross on Friends had a monkey?
Yeah, I think that's illegal now.
Yeah.
They're dangerous and to carry
What a
diseases.
weird plot thing.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Illegal in Florida.
So the suspect and his wife co-own the pet store, and his wife noticed that all of the money that they've been collecting selling Girl Scout cookies was missing, and also one of their primates, the Galago, was missing. So she filed a police report saying they'd been robbed. The police investigated, and they found out that the other owner, her husband, had used those to pay off a prostitute to have sex.
So that's that's sad all around. The Girl Scouts got ripped off.
The prostitute didn't even get to keep her monkey.
Yeah. Who knows? It's all bad. Marriage going down.
Prostitute did get off easy though. They
always get off.
But they didn't charge her with anything. She's like a witness, so she's good. But she doesn't get to keep the monkey.
It's a shame that you can't. The best pet store in town going out of business of infidelity. Yeah. Jay-Z and Beyonce have nothing on that couple.
No. Becky with the good monkey.
Yeah. Wisconsin high school apologizes after student wears a KKK costume to give report. Which, okay, there's a couple excusable ways. Like if he's doing a history report.
It was a history report.
Yeah.
So this was a English class, not a history class. The class was reading The Great Gatsby, which doesn't have any references to the Klan.
Not that I can remember.
And the report was that they had to just do a oral PowerPoint report on something from the 1920s.
Oh.
So this kid comes in dressed head to toe in a fucking Klansman outfit and talks about organized crime in the 1920s and doesn't even mention the Klan.
Wait. Whoa. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Did he implicate another race in the organized crime?
No, it was like he put on the Klansman costume and then was like
changed his mind.
Yeah, then he was like, no, I shouldn't do that, but then just kept it on anyway.
That would be in bad taste.
Yeah. So of course it was
he
all
should have
over.
just came in like in a zoot suit or something like that. That's the 20s.
Yeah.
Or he could have driven in a car and then had a girl stand in front of him and then go and run her over, just like in Great Gatsby.
Spoiler alert.
Just spoiling the F. Scott Fitzgerald novel from yeah, decades ago.
Sorry for spoiling your English class for you.
Yeah.
Like a girl does get run over and die though.
Yeah, it's brutal.
That's the only thing I remember from that book.
Oh, there's lots going on. Watch the Robert Redford movie, not the Leonardo DiCaprio.
Baz Luhrmann. Ooh, it's Baz Luhrmann.
Your Baz Luhrmann impression gets me every time.
Baz Luhrmann here. You guys like classic stories? We're gonna make them sing and dance.
Yes!
A Michigan teacher says she was fired for saying vagina during a lecture on Georgia O'Keeffe.
Okay.
Which you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Because her flower paintings look like vaginas.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this was for a class of 6th graders, so maybe not the
I don't
right
know.
time.
Just don't do it at all.
Yeah. Or just be like, Georgia O'Keeffe, she painted all these flowers. Reminds you of anything?
Then she would have got fired too.
No, because she didn't say anything.
Well,
It's
the implied.
It's the implication.
Well, that's the whole. Yes.
The implication. The funny story about Georgia O'Keeffe and those vagina flowers.
Yeah.
So she got famous doing those vagina flowers, and it like pissed off a bunch of like men running the art world, and they were like, "Oh, it's horrible." And so she like got real big off that, and then finally she got tired of drawing flowers, so she's like, "Oh, you don't like vaginas? I'm just gonna draw skyscrapers for the next 5 years. It's just these giant fucking phallic skyscrapers."
Great.
She's a real nice, awesome lady.
Yeah.
Awesome lady.
There
Go
you
down
go.
to New Mexico and see her paintings in El Paso. Not
Yeah.
El Paso.
That's Texas.
The
Las
other
Cruces?
No.
Albuquerque?
New Mexico. The only Santa Fe. That's the one.
Okay. See, we knew a lot of places in New Mexico.
Yeah. There's only
yeah,
about 3.
6th graders they're not gonna get it. They're like
Probably get one of those boners that don't go away.
don't ask me to get up and go write something on the chalkboard. And tuck it into my belt.
Don't mind me. Oh, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna wear my backpack on the front. It's, all the cool kids are doing it.
It really happened. That's why it's so funny. Oh, the second I get a boner, she wants me to come to the chalkboard. They don't even have chalkboards anymore.
Good.
Dry
Chalk
erase.
is disgusting.
It's disgusting, yeah. Everyone got the first black lung from beating on the
Chalk.
erasers. Yeah.
Flint water tastes fine, says Governor Rick Snyder on second day of drinking.
Ugh. Oh, God.
I don't know what you're complaining about.
It tastes great. It's like that New York tap water.
He's drinking it through like a really good Brita filter too. He's like, I don't know, just put it through a Brita filter. It's fine.
Oh, sure.
And all the people in Flint are like, we didn't know it was toxic
Yeah,
for 2
that was
years.
the whole problem.
Yes. Yeah, we can filter it now. We were drinking toxic
We
waste.
can also boil it. You lied to us. You're a liar.
I just don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah.
You guys don't filter all of your water?
Yeah. Oh my
Why
God.
don't you just drink Evian? It's
They
delicious.
sell perfectly good water down at the store. You should have known.
Drinking from a river? Why when there's glaciers just over there? Fuck you, Rick Snyder.
I get all my water from a tiny island in the South Pacific. Fuck you.
Speaking of governors.
Yeah. Maine governor says workers from India hardest to understand. Why was he even mentioning this?
There's a pattern here where governors in this country are all fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Except for our governor.
That's
Jerry,
great.
Jerry Brown's top quality governor.
Yeah, great
but,
mayor too. Eric
Yeah.
Garcetti.
But yeah, so this guy, his name's like Governor LePage. He has a history of just saying
He sounds like
ridiculous things.
he sounds like the governor from a Police Academy movie.
He pretty much is. If you watch his speeches, he
Yeah.
would be right at home in a Police Academy movie.
You're a tall black man. I'm gonna name you Hightower.
And he goes off on these fucking tangents when he talks, and he was talking about like minimum wage and how he wanted to go to like $10 instead of $12 or some shit. And somehow that went off into like how Hungarian workers, they're the hardest to understand.
And then he corrected
And
himself.
he's like, wait, no,
Well,
actually, Indians, they're the hardest to
the
understand.
whole time is like
You go to
advisors
se-
sitting there like,
Yeah.
oh, please.
He doesn't
someone
care.
stop
He's
him."
well liked. He's like, yeah, you go to a 7-Eleven.
says what he means.
You got to bring an interpreter with you. Am I right? And they're like, woo! Why aren't you running for president?
I'm sure someday it's possible.
And he said he came up with, he probably came up with it. He's like, you know what Obama stands for? One big ass mistake, America. It's pretty clever.
Sure.
Good for you, Governor LePage.
He's got a lot more of those words that he uses that breaks him out.
You know, every year all the governors go to a convention where they meet the president and talk about shit. I bet that's the funnest political convention
yeah.
to go to because they're all fucking crazy.
Okay, let's move on. Manchester Marathon measurement error means Bristol man's Pogo world record is invalidated.
No!
Oh!
Yeah, they apparently for the last 4 years or something had just mismeasured by like 100 yards the Manchester Marathon, so it's not a marathon anymore. So this guy who pogoed the entire marathon, it's not a record anymore. Sorry, buddy. Gonna have to do another 26-mile pogo race.
I feel like he could be done.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can stay on the pogo stick, it's probably a lot easier than running.
I used to do a lot of pogo.
Yeah,
There was a brief moment in the 90s where pogo was popular.
and yo-yos.
You do
Pogos, yo-yos, cholos,
Cholos,
no-dos,
Yeah, no-dos.
ho-hos.
Yeah, no-dos. You take the no-dos when you're
Yeah.
in class. Yeah, so you don't fall asleep, get a boner. Anyways.
London Mayor Boris Johnson suggests part Kenyan Obama may have an ancestral dislike of the UK.
Back on the bike, Boris.
Because Obama went to the UK recently, last week, and he was like, don't leave the EU. This is going to be really bad for
Yeah.
you. Because basically, Obama and the US, they want all their trade agreements to be with large groups and not with individual countries because it's a lot more efficient. And they're like, if you leave the EU, you're getting to the back of the line. We're not going to prioritize any of your shit.
Yeah.
So just think real hard about this. And so Boris Johnson, who really wants to get the fuck out of the EU,
Yeah.
he's like, you know, Obama, his dad is from Kenya. Maybe,
He is becoming more and more the Donald Trump. Like,
Yeah.
he looks just like him.
He's like, I don't know, Kenya was a British colony. Maybe he doesn't like the British over that. Never mind the fact that Obama met his dad, I think, once when he was like 18.
Mm-hmm.
State his blood. Kenyan blood just makes you hate the British.
Fucking Boris, man. I like that we've also become hyper aware of Boris too because of our trips there.
Yeah.
Like just seeing him on the papers there every day. We're just
On
like,
your bike,
That
Boris."
guy looks like a fucking crazy person. I bet they love him here.
He's great.
Yeah.
I love Boris.
Yeah. I think get back on the bike.
In
guys.
related news, though,
Yeah. Obama's use of British English makes some people suspicious.
and this was also in the UK, when he was talking about the same thing, he said, if you leave the EU, we're going to put you in the back of the queue. And they're
Yeah.
like, why is he saying queue? That's
Yeah.
our word.
Yeah.
Why didn't he say get back in line?
Yeah. You'll be the last.
He's trying to pander.
You'll be the last floor on the lift.
Yeah. But apparently he says Q all the time. and there's some group.
It's fine. I like to use British slang for stuff. Like when I said Fortnite the other day and everyone called me out for it.
Yeah.
It's
Fortnite's
fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. If you go there, it's fun.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of cool words that we're not even using.
The pavement.
We're not even using all the cool slang that they have.
That's true. No, we haven't talked about this week. Russia.
Yeah.
Shawarmageddon. Moscow authorities threaten to ban kebabs. What are you doing?
I mean,
Stop.
If a country's gonna do it, it would be Russia.
What are you gonna do? Eat Russian food?
Ugh. Borscht? Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Chicken Kiev.
Not good.
You need shawarma on the streets. I don't care if all of the shawarma dealers refuse to bring their stuff up to health codes. That's the best part about it.
It's a risk. It's
Yeah.
like skydiving.
Yeah.
It's worth it for the rush.
Maybe you poop your pants one every 10 times.
It's fine.
You're already drunk. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like eating bacon wrap hot dogs in LA.
Yeah.
Bacon wrap hot dogs in LA, it's like New York and shawarma. Every time I go there, I just go to the street cart.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
Give it to me.
Yeah. give me the stuff that's under the griddle.
Oh, you want that raccoon?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Give me the crazy stuff.
And our final headline.
Probe on human-looking goat carcass will take up to a month to see if it's a human-animal hybrid. I can save them a month of work right now. It is not.
It's not, because that's not fucking possible.
No.
Unless it's a chimp. Then it is possible, but it's unethical. But that's true.
Everyone knows that this is the most ethical channel on
Yeah.
YouTube, so we would never.
The
want
corpse does look terrifying.
It's
It's
disgusting.
very weird looking, but I guarantee you, it's not human.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Malaysia, and they are not just gonna accept.
Let this slide.
Yeah, like no,
No.
that looks like a fucking human baby crossed with a goat. We're gonna do some tests.
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia.
Fool me once. Shame on me.
Well, guys,
Anyways, yeah, that's it for Weekly Weird News. Another just fucking great hour long, not that long, but just a lot of content for you to consume. I hope you stayed and watched till the end because that means you're having a good time. But if you want to watch more, we have a new episode of Tech Tuesday where science has finally figured out the elusive female orgasm. Where is it at? They found it.
They found it.
Yep.
But you'll just have to watch.
Mhm.
And then I interviewed Patrick Stewart for his movie Green Room.
He's going to be very upset when he sees the line of videos that he's stuck between.
I thought Elliot was a classy person, but
Yeah. I thought it was actually quite brilliant.
I misjudged him. And then we did our most recent podcast talking about all the summer movies coming up in the summer with our good friend Alicia Malone, who's an actual movie person who
And
knows
from the
things.
hottest place on earth, Australia.
Yeah.
So it's summer always there. It's actually backwards. but-
in the summer here, it's winter there.
Okay. Anyways, watch a lot of stuff, and if you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? We just gave you like 30 minutes of content.
For free.
For free. You didn't pay anything for it. Hit the fucking subscribe button. Oh, and if you're still here, we've been doing a show on Facebook exclusively. Well, I got you. We've been doing a show on Facebook exclusively that shows you what goes on before we start filming, and it's usually just us talking shit about stuff, like in the headlines section. So go like our Facebook page. We'll link it in the description, and I don't know. What you got anything else for him, Elliot?
Well, before you go, have I told you about all of the opportunities available to you if you sell Amway products?
It's great.
It's multi-level.
Yeah, multi-tier marketing.
All right, no, get out of here. Bye.
Bye.